Another day of turning golf carts into cash. For those of you that are new to the channel, I bought 6 golf carts at an auction for $7,000, and I plan to sell each of them for $4,000 to $5,000 on average. With these margins, I can't go wrong. I had to take my wheels and the roof up to this spray house because my power washer started shooting gasoline all over the place when I went to use it. So now I can't even spray off black mold in my own house. Now that we got everything looking nice and shiny, and that my car is all soaking wet, we can begin to work for the day. You are really supposed to be using note cards or playing cards for this purpose, but I had to seal my mom's envelopes because I didn't have any other small rectangular pieces of paper. Sorry. You just cram that note card right in there, and it protects the tire from getting oversprayed. I have the black golf cart from last week posted for sale, and if you've ever sold anything on Facebook Marketplace, you know. There's 10,000 people that text you, "Is this still available?" You say yes, and then you never hear from them again. And the people that do respond want to know if you'll trade for their beat up old ATV or something. This last week, somebody offered me a dirt bike. I turned it down. Then they offered me guns. I said, "You sound like a cool person, but I don't do dirt bikes and I don't do guns, so sorry. Only green." And yeah, I went to clear coat the body and it started wrinkling. Then I start sanding the wrinkles and it kept getting worse and worse. I had to take a lap around the yard and take a deep breath. Patience is a virtue or something. I should have just left that body the way that it was. Anyways, while that's drying again, we're using the heat gun to make those cup holders nice and dark black. And when I got these tires, the whole internet said that they won't fit. Golf cart forums, Reddit, all of it said that it's impossible for these tires to fit on a golf cart with no lift. But I bought them anyways because, measure once, cut twice. To be honest though, they look like they're going to fit. We just lift her up and we're about to find out. But anyways, if anybody has any recommendations for selling the golf carts, let me know because I have 5 more to sell and Marketplace is slowly killing me. And it looks like our tires fit. Look at that. That's what you get for going against the rules. Everybody on the internet lied about these tires fitting. And I think this gives it a nice aftermarket look without having to deal with putting a lift on. Something about a 1-finger rule, whatever, it's close, but I don't care. As long as you don't put your elephant on this golf cart while you're driving, you'll have plenty of clearance. So now we've just got to do it to the other side and the rear. While in the middle of working on all these golf carts, I went to close the main garage door and the cable snapped. The garage door fell all the way to the bottom, so I had to step away while we called the repairman to come fix those garage doors. But here we are, in the back. Now I saw a YouTube video of somebody cutting the fenders with a Sawzall, like about 1 inch all the way around the wheel well, so it could clear these exact tires. Why the hell would they do that? What that says, I hope the fire extinguisher works because that looks good. I did the staple seat covers the other day, but I didn't want to deal with all that again. So these ones were actually pretty nice. I didn't even need to take the armrests off, but finally after working all day long, getting all these pieces prepared, I could start reassembling the golf cart. I've been waiting for a rear seat to come in the mail all day and it's not showing up at this point. Somebody asked me how to make them faster. So you can see this is the throttle cable and it's pretty loose. So if you move it 1 bolt back, it tightens it up. When you go to the back side, you can see there's this spring which is meant to give the gas pedal a little bit of play. So the trick is that if you put a zip tie around that spring, it tightens it up and pulls the throttle harder. So that's what I did here, and now it probably goes double the speed it did before I did those 2 simple things. Definitely not under the warranty anymore. We're putting that floor back in before those side pieces go on. Otherwise, I'll have to remove them at a later point. I really need to invest in some torque bits for my drill so that I don't need to use sockets on everything. I think my wrists are starting to get carpal tunnel or something. All day, every day, here I am, twisting sockets and taking names. Get that other side in. On the camera, this paint looks very electric, like almost like a handicap blue or something. But in person, it's like almost that 90s purplish blue color. It looks a lot less, light neon blue. And then I see Mr. Postman in my driveway, about 3 days late. He looks like he's had a longer day than I, so I can't complain. But look at that. Come back for the next part for the rear seat.